Hello, everybody. This is Francis again. I'm going to have Kristen start sharing. So she will be presenting first. I think Justin didn't email me yet. He is on his way to Cornell. So we probably will schedule another time, which is next Tuesday, because many parents want to really ask questions, but they're not able to make it today. I know it's a long weekend, but I'm super busy next week. So I'll try to make it next Tuesday, maybe the second section. And I'm going to have, hi, Kristen. Are you able to share screen now?
It's disabled.
Really?
他的同学，哥哥的同学。
All right. So let me look. I'm gonna make you co-host.
Okay.
We're going to present a couple students today. Some of the students, they aren't able to come. I will probably schedule next Tuesday again. So let's start from Kristen.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. So my name is Kristen, and I'm going to be attending UC Berkeley for this fall for neuroscience and economics. So these are my stats. I was here at FCS for 8 years, and my GPA was 4.19 weighted, and I took 11 APs. And here are my school activities. So I did like class council, student body, and I was California Scholarship Federation president, and I started my crochet club this year. And I was a member of some clubs, and I did band for 2 years and then individual band for another 2 years. So here are some of my awards. I had the PVSA 4 times. So that was a total of 1,230 hours. And I got the ACSI Academic and Leadership Award, 10th and 11th grade. And then from University of Rochester, I got the Susan B. Anthony and Frederick Douglass Award, which was for like social justice and humanities. And then AP Scholar, President's Honor Roll. And then this is just like my music competition. So I competed internationally for piano. And here are just some of my prizes. Okay, there's a lot here, but these are my extracurriculars. I'll kind of just skim over. Should I skim over it, Miss Lynn, or go into skim? So I did Girl Scouts since kindergarten. I was an ambassador scout, and basically like I just did a bunch of volunteer projects. Piano for 12 years, where I competed internationally and I performed at Carnegie Hall. I also earned my diploma for piano. Cello, I competed with chamber groups again, and then I was the orchestra co-principal. I also did Taekwondo for 6 years, and I got my black belt, and I helped teach some classes. I took an English teaching service trip to Taiwan, I think 2 summers ago, where we stayed there for roughly like 3 weeks, and we made lessons and taught it to kids. And throughout high school or plus 8th grade, I was a volunteer tutor for English, math, and piano. And I started this in 11th grade, but I started a nonprofit where I hosted monthly charity concerts for piano. And I donated all the money to local children's hospitals and special needs organizations. And then I joined Guide Dogs for the Blind 2 years ago, I think, where we raise and train guide dogs. And I'm currently raising a guide dog. So that's fun. I took 2 internships last summer. So one at Alameda County Supervisors through APAPA, which is an Asian political summer internship program. And I passed a proposal that helps children with special needs expand available California resources. So that was a big focus. I also did an internship at UC Santa Cruz, which was a psychology project with like prisons and prison justice. And at the same APAPA internship, I worked with the Alameda County office with the homelessness research project. And then lastly, I started a crochet club at an assisted living facility where I kind of taught the seniors there how to crochet or help them because like arthritis and it was hard for them to crochet. And we donated the finished projects. Oops, next. Okay, so these are my college results. I did Brown early decision and I was deferred rejected and then CMU accepted. This is just a whole list. I don't think I should read it out, but obviously I'm committed to Berkeley now. Okay, and here are my tips for that application. I think the main thing now for applications is to build a theme or a focus. So it's not so much about being well-rounded, or it's obviously good for yourself to be well-rounded, but it's good to have like a specific focus in your application that makes you stand out from other people. And so like for me personally, I focused a lot on the working with children with special needs because I want to go into neuroscience, and I had like a lot of extracurriculars that kind of focused on that specifically. So second, I think showing initiative and seizing the opportunities that come your way is really important. So you never want to think like, oh, like I don't really want to do that. Like you should take whatever opportunity comes to you. For me personally, that was what I did for passing my proposal with the Alameda County supervisor. Originally it was just like, sometimes in internships you can just be doing like busy work, like getting coffee or something, but I really tried to like show initiative and then like propose like this plan to the supervisor, which we passed and implemented. Next, I say use your passions to build part of your application. So you can like the activities that you're doing, and then you can like kind of maximize that to help build your application. For example, I like crocheting, so I decided to crochet at senior homes and kind of turn that into like a whole project, and I really enjoyed it along the way too. So it's like a win-win. Lastly, I say don't get too caught up, kind of like the last point I just said, but don't get too caught up in doing things just to put it on your resume. Pursue things you genuinely want to do so admissions officers can really see your passion come through. And it's super helpful for writing essays and whatever, and anything you want. Like there's endless pathways that you can take to make it kind of like have an impact. So I think I didn't write this here, but try to make an impact in the community around you and just give back. And this is my email if anyone needs to contact me for questions. So I think, yeah, that's mine. So next is Enoch's. I'll present his too.
Yeah, he is preparing for, because he is in UC Berkeley pre-med program, and he's preparing for his test. So he asked that if we can just, present for him. So I'm going to have Christian to present Enoch's slides.
Okay, so I think his slides are mainly focused on the application. So this is Enoch. He learned at FCS for 3 years. And this presentation is just of his application, and he wants you to tailor this general advice to your specific interests, kind of like what I said. You have to show colleges like your individual profile, not trying to copy like other people's profiles. Okay. So here are the UC requirements. Yeah, you need like specific classes. So here, like history, 2 years, English, 4 years, math, 3 years, required, 4 recommended. Oh yeah, so some like they want to see 4, but only 3 are required. But I say if you care about this process in any way, it's good to take what they recommend because that's what they like to see.
The reason why he is posting this is because he just came to FCS for freshman year, sophomore year, and junior year, and he applied early. Like in junior year, he started applying for college. So he actually didn't finish his senior year. He didn't even have a diploma from FCS. Like he skipped senior year and just got to he was accepted by UC Berkeley. when he was just a senior at 11th grade. So that's why he planned to do it that way. And he get 4 years of English because we have that requirement. We actually have a couple students try to do that. They all got to accept to top UC, but some of them didn't know that they have to have 4-year English. So because of the junior, just have first 3 years done, right? So they have 3-year English. They didn't have the first year because of that 1 year English. Of course, they're very good in English, but they didn't have that record. They cannot be admitted by UC. So I have like we have Iris actually has to return for the senior year because she got accepted early, but she didn't have that first year of English. Yeah. So, but I don't want you to miss the senior year. That is fun. And you can have that, relationship build up, all the way till you graduate together. That is super, super meaningful. So I'm not encouraging you, but just for those of you, if you're like you've been talented, you feel like senior year, I'm more than ready to go to college directly, you do need to know that you meet all this requirement.
Yeah, I think senior year is very fun. So
yeah,
if you can stay. It's just 1 year, but here are the requirements. Okay, that's important. Here are his extracurriculars. So basically you want to show dedication, you want to show you're involved in your community. So volleyball 3 years, quiz bowl team 2, finance club, secretary, esports teams, wushu, speech and debate officer, medical research vice president. So these are all like pretty unique, like wushu esports team, very, very unique. So show leadership also by taking officer positions if you can. And it's also just a good way to like develop yourself. Extracurriculars outside of FCS, wushu purple belt, PVSA 100 hours of volunteering, which is gold, certification of appreciation from Fremont Council member for campaigning, and these are his Fremont Christian School awards. Yeah, so ACSI and sports. Grades. So work hard in school. It's very hard to make up for a bad GPA. Take more AP and honor classes to inflate your GPA. So yes, like if you get a bad grade, it's not the end of the world, but it's once it drops, you can only reach a certain point. If you have straight A's and 1B, it drops it and you can never get that drop back. So if you can, it's important to like stay strong, but it's not the end of the world if you just get one bad grade. And this is his email for any questions. Okay. Next, I think we have Joe.
Okay, so Joe probably have a lot of story that he can add on when COVID hit and he didn't do well, and that affect his grades, and he worked super hard to come back to AP Calculus. So, Joe, why don't you take it over?
Mrs. Fee, may I like share the screen by myself if possible?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thank you.
So, Christian, you can stop share first.
这边你看，全部都是 last name，看江、飞扬、徐、李，right？张 ，they're all
Okay, wait, you say I can share the screen.
Okay, let me make you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna make you host so you can share. Joe is an arts student. If you went to our last concert last night, you will be surprised or impressive, for all his great artwork. he won some competitions, and he was even thinking about launch his own brand. So let's listen to his story.
So today I'm gonna share about college and major and my actual curriculums and awards and how I apply to the school, and also some tips and advice that you guys can take later when you're applying to your dream schools. So for those that who don't know, Art Center College of Design is one of the top art schools in the world. So in 2022 QS university ranking is a rank in 12th place in the world and 6th place in United States. So in 2024 QSO university ranking, art design subjects global ranking is number 14. And then one of the highest salary of the graduates to the United States in art and design college. And also global ranking website ranker, the 30th best design college school in the world, and ranking the first place. And in Business Week, the ranking the 10th place among the top 25 design college in the world. So I'm bachelor in science, basically in spatial experience design. For those who don't know spatial experience design major, they have a QR code for more information. And then which is related to environment design and architecture. So this is some of my extracurriculars and awards. So this is few of them. So one is opportunity in FCS. So from FCS, I have been taught band for 4 years, more than 4 years, starting at junior high. And also art is, I have been taught 2 different AP of art in FCS and joined the development and also designing for the graphic design for few art shows. And some of the competition that I have been took is, some of them is, where is it? So first of all, the scholarship, art and writing awards. From California, ranking is basically region is I have been winning 2 silver key and 3 honorable. And for ACS, I have been have superior artwork for 2 years. Is 5 of them, and then also excellent for 3 of them. And for Alameda County Fair for art, I have 3 first place and 2 second place. This is some of the art I've been awarded on during the high school year. I also been doing some major music like drum set. So from China, I've been finished the grade 10 for a grading committee of Chinese conservatory, which is on drum set, electronic drum set. And also I have been joining Sama Com Ladu International Young Music Festival in Germany. There's something for music. And also took some college level classes during the high school. I have been doing learning for oil painting classes and also some non-graded but college level classes on a website that called Coursera. So one of them is from Duke University for renewable engineering and green building internship. So band, I have been doing band for more than 8 years. I started doing once I'm in 4th grade. So my application, so as Mrs. Lin have been said, I haven't been doing that well in COVID year since it's a Zoom meeting classes and everything is going tough. So the first thought that I have been doing in COVID year is like hey, like with this kind of GPA, I will never get into a good college that I want to. But later, after I got a admitted letter from our Center College of Design, I'm like, hey, actually, sometime like if you have a tough GPA, you might still have a chance with all of those extra curriculums and awards and those activities you have been enjoying during the community and during the national. So the first thing I have been choosing is I do an EA, which is early application for college. And EA is super helpful for those college that you really want to get into, but you don't know if you're 100% sure if you can get into it, because not all of them gonna be applying to EA. That means they have a lesser people join this judge of portfolio and grading. So you're gonna have a more time for the college admission to read their essays. But the percentage is still the same. It's still like from 30% to 75% all committed. And for the background information, I have been doing art start at age of 6. And some of the other awards in art I've been taking in early years is Social Fine Arts graded Elimination Center of Chinese Academy of Art, which I've been took sketch and drawing. This award is awarded in 2013, which is one of is grade 6 and the other one is grade 2. So as you can see, I have been doing art for mostly of the time during my like study time period. So the other super important thing is portfolio. For art students, that no matter which school you're applying to, they require you to have a different portfolio. And the other part is essay. From basic essay to the school, if you're applying to UC, you're gonna choose 3 of 6 to write. And also for art student, you need to also be prepared to write about your artwork, your art background, and your critic thinking from art. There's another 3 different essay. With besides these 3 different essays, you also gonna need to be prepared to write a small paragraph for each of your artwork. How you prepare, what's your process, and what's your thing to the artwork. And some of my tips is be sure to choose a major before you choosing a college. The first off for all of the Asian parents and Asian students is I need to get into a super good school for college. But later, when choosing art this class, I find out actually it's different. Like each school have their major being ranked in the world, not only their school being ranked. So if you're major in computer science, you definitely want to find a major that's super strong in computer science for the college, right? And second of all is make the connection to your dream school as early as possible. The reason I'm saying that is because I also been joining the teenager program for Art Center College Design for 2 years in both architecture development and the environment design. So that you can meet the professor as early as possible and make a good impression on them is super important when you turn the portfolio. And then the third one I'm gonna be talking about is always prepare extra. The reason I'm saying that is I've been applied to Parrot, UCI, RISD, and all the other art schools. And UCLA also, SDUCD for art majors. The reason I'm saying that for prepare extra is because each of the school require different art portfolio. So it's not only about art fluid. But like our centers, they require super different art portfolio to the other school, which is super connection to a major. The last thing that I want to be talking about today is something about AP. As Kristen said, that she had been took 11 AP, and I've been taking some APs, but later this semester I've been finding out actually the AP that I took, it cannot be transitioning into the grades for college. The reason is each college might have a different rules for those AP. Like some of them only allow 4 to 5 points, and some of them allow 3 points. And some of the school doesn't even allow this AP to be transitioning into the subjects. So for the 2 AP for the art I have been took in FCS, my school doesn't accept it since it's an art school. And also a lot of other like AP caucus is not allowed, is not accepted because of it's a BS major and they want you to learn the specific math way, how to solving those kind of problems in this major. Yeah, so basically that's all I want to say today. So basically connect to our school earlier as possible and be sure that the AP that you took is acceptable by your school and be prepared extra. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
Yeah, for if you're taking AP, it can be also a way that you explore if you really want to take that in college as your major, or also it help boost your GPA. So it may be not just for you to get a credit in the college. Okay. I'm gonna have Christian or Austin. Do you want to share? As I say that this is our first section, we are going to have another section in Tuesday because many parents say that they are not able to come. They wanted to have discussion later on. So I'm gonna end in 10 minutes. And then if you need further discussion, you wanna have some chat, please take a break because I need to take care of my children. 10 minutes later, okay, after this session ends, I'm gonna start a Zoom meeting simply just for you to, if you need to ask a question, you wanna chat, okay? So I am going to invite our next speaker is Austin. So Austin, are you able to?
Yeah. Can you see my slide?
Yes.
All right. So hello, my name is Austin Mo, and I'll be attending UC Berkeley with the major of Environmental Earth Science. So a bit about my academics. I have an unweighted GPA of 3.808. My class rank is 20. I have taken 11 AP exams. Some of the school activities I have participated in are I have been part of the Quizzball Club for 2 years. I have been a member of the soccer team for 2 years, and I've been a member of the esports team for 2 years. Some of the extracurriculars I participated in and the awards I got in, I am a commended student in the National Merit Scholarship Program. I've gotten the AP Scholar with Distinction Award from AP. I have gotten the President Service, I got the President Volunteer Service Award, the gold 3 times. I attended the UC Berkeley ATDP program during the summer twice. I interned at the Saratoga City Mayor's office for about a year or 2 or so. And I worked as a teacher's assistant at an after-school program last year. I also participated in multiple volunteering projects through CLFUS. Yeah. So for the list of colleges, this is the list. mostly UCs. I didn't apply too much else. And some of the tips and advice are, first of all, that one should apply to a lot of colleges because it is always good to have backup options and you should try to apply to colleges that you want to go to, even though you don't think you have a good chance of getting in, because maybe you just would. That's what happened with me. That's what happened to UC Berkeley with me. I somehow got accepted. And also try to partake in extracurricular activities as much as possible, and preferably in the area you want to study in, because the colleges can see that on your application and they know that you are very interested in the major that you want to apply to, and that will help with your chance of being accepted. And certainly be confident in the way you present yourself in applications. Being confident will give people a better opinion of you when they look at your application. And finally, you just gotta be optimistic. You have to be optimistic. It'll be fine. It'll work out. Trust in yourself. And that's it. That is my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Okay, so if you have any question, we have 5 minutes before the break if you want to ask questions. I do have some parents ask me, can you ask this student how to manage their time? Like, Kristen, I know that you have been doing so many activities, and I especially love when you perform cellos in the band. And you actually not only play cellos, but you play piano for many years, right? So it takes a lot of time to practice all these instruments. And how can you manage your time on top of all this school, assignments?
I think I struggled with this for a while too. It's important to create a schedule. So I would practice like a few hours a day, or I would like kind of for music at least, I would like stagger my practice times. And I think just being organized. So right when I come back from school, I do all my homework if I can. And then after that, I rest a little bit, and then after all that is my extracurriculars. So I think like on paper it looks like a lot, but honestly, if you take it like bit by bit and just like also find like schedule time maybe on the weekend sometimes for you to like regroup and like relax so you can be like better prepared for when you have to do everything else. That's good. Yeah, a lot of the stuff too I did over the summer. So instead of just doing like super, super intensive, like constantly, I would spread it out. So like my internships I did over the summer, a lot of practice I did over the summer. So I think it's good to write a schedule. So have a calendar for all your things. That makes you more organized.
Any other questions, parents? Okay, can you also share how you started discovering what you really want to do, what you want to apply, like the college major? How did you find them?
Yeah, so actually, I wanted to do psychology for a while because honestly, like when you don't know what your major is, a lot of people just gravitate towards psychology. But really, for me, once I started to work with children with special needs, it was like super meaningful and impactful for me. So with neuroscience, that's like the study of the brain and like tests and stuff. That that's why I wanted to do it, just because of like exploring my extracurriculars. So a main part of your extracurriculars, and like Miss Lynn said, like your AP classes, is to really see what you want to do. So my parents put me in like so many extracurriculars just so I can kind of explore and take time to find what I enjoy and what I find to be meaningful. And for me, that's um neuroscience.
Ms. Ling, you're muted.
Sorry. Okay. A parent just asked in the chat, like, are this all FCS students? Yes. I posted FCS students the first year, 2018, simply because 2020, simply because that's the beginning of pandemic. Parents, like, they're panicking what is happened. And then I asked a lot of students. I'm surprised, even the church friends, their kids are very, very like outperforming, but they're just so shy that they're not, or they just don't want to spend time to share. But when I outreach to 5, 6 of my students, I discovered that all of them just say yes immediately. And I'm super surprised. And I feel so blessed to have all the students, they're willing to serve the community. Yeah, so since then, I started preparing to share almost like every year around end of May. Any other question? Okay. Since there's no more question, I may have you guys just stop because I need to take care of my son. Okay, I'll be back if 10 minutes later you want to chat with me, you want to ask a question in Mandarin, feel free to come back and join. And if you have more questions for these students, I believe the students will be more than happy to help you as well. Okay, let's take a break.